Hey guys, how's it going? So this is a weekend video and Planet 13 has just came out with earnings and I'm going to discuss it in the earnings. Uh oh, my bad. So Planet 13 announced its third quarter 2020 financial results on November 24th, 2020 at 2:30 p.m. So they announced it right after the market closed. MST. What's MST? Like Mountain Time? Let me just look that up. Mountain Time. That's my time. So they just released it right after the market closed on November 24th, 2020. A leading vertically integrated. I'm not gonna read this actually. Why am I reading this? Let's just get to the numbers. So their revenues came in at 22.8 million compared to 16.7 million. It's good. I mean, yeah, they make $28 million. I mean, I can't really complain. I mean, it's not like awesome, but they made money. Gross profit of $13 million. I like the gross margins of 56.9%. That's pretty good gross margin. Anything above 40% is good gross margin, I think. At least anything above 50% is a good gross margin. And they're sitting at 56.9. But some companies, gross margins don't matter as much because they generate so much revenue that their gross margins don't have to matter so much. Like Ford and GM and Tesla, their gross margins are in the 20s, but this is an MJ company and 56.9 is probably one of the top gross margins in the market. Like, not the best, but one of the top gross margins in the MJ market at the moment. Operational expenses, excluding non-cash compensation, was 7.2 million, which is not bad. If their gross profit was 13 and the operational expense was 7.2, they made money. Net income came in at 3.4 million. That's good. They made money. Compared to a net loss of 1.7, adjusted EBITDA of 6.2, which is pretty good, but because they're not losing money, they're making money. But there's a lot of companies right now that are making the same amount of money as Planet 13, are relatively the same, but they are severely undervalued, and I'll talk more about that later. $56.8 million of cash compared to 12.8. That's very good. Total assets come in at 125 and total liabilities of 39, which gives them roughly $90 million of total assets. So all this stuff is like what happened throughout the quarter. It's not a bad earnings report. But now let's go talk about the market cap. 643 million US dollars is pretty expensive for a company that generates $22 million. But you gotta put accountability of the United States becoming fully legal, so that could increase its market cap. I mean, that could be pricing in a United States legalization. But will Planet 13 be able to sell across the United States? And the 50,000 square feet they currently have, could they use that to support the entire United States? I don't think so. But at least 50,000 square feet is enough to start a branding across the nation by selling a little bit of products at every single dispensary. The Planet 13 product line. And that's good for branding. Planet 13 probably has one of the best brandings in the market, but for a $643 million market cap, it's hard to justify. But if because of Jeremy, it gets a boost. Because Jeremy has a lot of big money that by what he buys. And I think Planet 13 is up because there's a lot of people that think that Planet 13 could be a long-term winner when in the MJ space. So that's why it has a premium on it. But if Planet 13 was to fail to become a big player in the United States, and get beaten out by Kira, True Eve, and a bunch of other players, then I think Planet 13 stock could plummet. But I also think that Planet 13 could be a good acquisition target because of its strong branding. One of the two scenarios will happen. Planet 13 on the Canadian side has a market cap of $832 million, which is quite a huge premium. So let's just quickly look at the SEDAR information, just so we can get a full accurate of everything. Cash was 56, current asset was 69, property and equipment is important, which is valued at 32 million, licenses 6 million, rights of asset, this could actually be canceled out. So yeah, but the current asset is about 125. The shareholder equity is about $86 million. So you are paying for a company that is valued at $640 million, and they have a total shareholder equity of $86 million. You are paying a huge premium buying the stock at these prices. But big money is the one that really ultimately is buying the stock. So it doesn't really matter. I just really think it's an expensive stock to buy. That's my opinion, at least at these prices. If it was to pull back massively, then I would say yeah, it's a buying opportunity. But the only way that's going to happen is if some really bad news comes out for Planet 13 or the stock market crashes. One of the two scenarios. Their total revenue was $23 million. They made a total income of $360,000. What? So okay, let's look at this. Gross profit was $13 million. Net. Oh, okay. So income here, but then what is income for deferred? Oh, they had to pay taxes. So all that money that they made, they ended up just paying taxes on it. So yeah, that's not good. But hey, whatever. That's just the way the world works. You gotta pay taxes. So yeah, they had to pay a lot of taxes. So they really only made $361 million at the end of the day, which is not bad, but it is what it is. So actually, I would have to say that's horrible, but hey, that's my opinion. Village Farms, a company that's profitable. They make more money than Planet 13, and they have a huge greenhouse in Texas, 5.7 million square feet. They would be a bigger winner when the United States become legal, and they're valued less than Planet 13. So that just shows you how, and they're listed on the NASDAQ. Planet 13 is only listed on OTC and what is it, like Canadian Security Exchange, and Village Farms is on a different level. High Tide makes very similar revenues to Planet 13, and they make relatively the same profits as Planet 13 but now they are fully merged with Meta, and they're valued at $82 million. They will be making more money than Planet 13 in both profits and revenues in the near future here. And they are valued at $83 million. While Planet on the Canadian side, and for, Planet 13 on the Canadian side is valued at 832 million. Planet 13 is valued 10 times more than High Tide. High Tide has a lot to prove to investors, but because they are in the United States too, so that's kind of weird. Like, it's so weird for them to not be benefiting like Planet 13. But hey, this is just my opinion. If Jeremy came out and made a video about High Tide, a super penny stock on the Canadian side, that would be crazy, and I think that would pop the stock in a massive way. So I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah. Anyways, that's it for my video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for future updates, and have a great day. Bye.